This is not Kaiju number 8, an epic heroic story of cosmic proportions. In the shattered city of Nexera, colossal biomech horrors known as grave mines tear through reality itself. Emerging from rift scars that split the skies, these beings are nightmares given form, and their only purpose is to devour all life. To stand against this devouring darkness, there is the Aegis Legion, elite soldiers who pilot powered armor called gravesuits. Wielding weapons that spit solar fire, they carve bloody swaths through the grave mine hordes. But even they can't stop the enemy's advance. And so the city falls. It's been 6 months since the fall, and the Aegis Legion has retreated into the last stronghold of the Upper Citadel, a self-contained ecosphere shielded from the chaos below. Here we meet our protagonist, 21-year-old Draven Core, whose job is sanitation grunt. Specifically, he cleans up the messes left by the Legion's elite fighters. After another day of scraping blood and guts off the battle floors, Draven vents his frustration to his only friend, Lark, who works as a data runner, delivering encrypted files to buyers on the black market. As they talk, Lark notices a data spike coming from the Citadel security AI, which coincidentally is having a massive system failure. This bodes poorly for anyone foolish enough to try and leave the Citadel. But Draven's best friend, Liz, is planning to try anyway. She wants to search for her brother who went missing during the retreat, and Draven impulsively promises to help her. Together, they slip past the automated turrets guarding the airlock. But as they approach the escape pod, they are caught in a hailstorm of laser fire. Security bots and elite Legion soldiers open fire, killing Liz and wounding Draven. As the life drains from Liz's eyes, she urges Draven to live for her. Her dying words fuel his rage, and in that moment, he finds himself embracing a strange power surging within him. He blasts through the airlock, sending the heavy blast doors crashing to the ground and tumbling into the ruined world of Nexera. Draven's next memory is waking up inside an abandoned subway tunnel with no memory of how he got there. His clothes are torn, his body aches, and when he looks down, he sees something pulsing under his shirt. Pulling his shirt up, he sees a stolen grave-mined heart. It's the source of the power surged from before, and it's now bonded to him. The grave-mined heart warps his insides, turning him half human, half nightmare. Just then, Lark appears and explains how Draven survived the airlock blast because of the grave-mined heart. Lark also reveals that she was the one who set the security bots on them because she was ordered to by the Legion. They were marked for elimination after the incident with Liz, and Draven transforms before Lark's eyes, his skin ripping and contorting as his new powers surge to the surface. Fearing that she might be next, Lark flees. Draven gives chase. He soon finds her hiding in a maintenance shaft. And although he could easily kill her for what she did, something in him just can't bring himself to do it. So instead, he lets her go with a warning. Meanwhile, deep within the Citadel, Cerise Vale briefs his team for their upcoming mission. Cerise is a decorated Legion commander and former childhood friend of Draven's. He and his squad are to track down the Wraith Spawn, a mysterious figure stealing grave-mined hearts and wreaking havoc on the battlefield. Unbeknownst to Cerise, that mysterious Wraith Spawn is actually Draven. As Draven tries to understand his new powers, he discovers that he can use them to read other people's minds, specifically their memories. Using this ability, he learns about the grave mine's origins and their ultimate goal, to consume the sun and plunge the universe into darkness. The grave mites plan to achieve this by using a device called the Solar Lance, which was created by the humans of old Earth as a last resort to stop the grave mites. Little did they know that the grave mites had already anticipated this. Each grave mine contains a fragment of the original grave mine sovereign, and the sovereign has been watching, waiting, and whispering to those who wield its stolen hearts. Draven hears these whispers and fights against them, struggling to maintain his humanity. Draven tracks down an old professor who remembers how to activate the lance. hoping to use it to stop the Gravemind once and for all. But Draven is too late. The Legion beat him there, and they intend to use the lance to wipe out the Gravemind and the Wraith spawn once and for all. This revelation leaves him devastated. When Cerise spots him, he orders Draven's immediate termination. The two friends face off, but Draven refuses to fight back. He still considers Cerise a friend and doesn't want to hurt him. Seeing Draven's hesitation, Cerise opens up about how the Legion is a dying organization. They've lost hope, and they're looking for any advantage they can get, even if it means sacrificing innocent lives. Draven realizes that the Gravemind have corrupted Cerise's mind, and he has no choice but to attack. Draven manages to flee, but he soon finds himself cornered by Cerise and his squad. Just as they're about to attack, Draven uses his powers to send visions of the future into their minds, showing them what will happen if they continue to fight against him. Cerise sees a vision of his squad being wiped out and decides to run interference, buying Draven time to escape. Meanwhile, Lark is approached by a mysterious figure who reveals himself to be Draven's brother, Rourke. Rourke is a member of the Gravemind Collective, a group of Gravemind hybrids who serve the Gravemind Sovereign. He offers Lark a chance to join them and betray Draven, but she refuses. Draven, meanwhile, has found a way to amplify his powers by feeding off the Gravemind heart. He confronts Cerise again and defeats him, sending him plummeting toward the ground. Draven makes a parachute out of his cloak and saves Cerise's life, but not before Cerise reveals a horrifying truth. The Legion is planning to fire the solar lance at the heart of the city where civilians are still hiding, planning to sacrifice them in order to obliterate the Graveminds. Draven crashes through the roof of the Legion's headquarters, confronting the highest-ranking officers there. They try to reason with him, arguing that the ends justify the means, but Draven refuses to listen. He attacks, smashing through the headquarters and destroying everything in his path. He eventually reaches the bridge where the solar lance is being controlled by Commander Locke, the leader of the Legion. Draven demands that Locke turn off the lance, but Locke refuses. He argues that the Graveminds must be stopped at any cost. The two battle, but Locke proves to be a worthy opponent. As the fight continues, Draven begins to lose control of his powers. The Gravemind Sovereign's whispers grow louder and louder, tempting him with power and control. Suddenly, memories flood Draven's mind, memories of his brother Rourke, who reveals that he was the one who convinced Commander Locke to fire the solar lance at the civilian sector. Rourke planned to sacrifice the civilians in order to amplify the Gravemind Sovereign's power. Draven is horrified, realizing that he has been fighting for the wrong side this whole time. But it's too late. The solar lance is about to fire. In a last-ditch effort, Draven uses all of his remaining strength to shatter the Gravemind Sovereign's core. The explosion knocks Draven unconscious, but he survives, landing in a pile of rubble. When he wakes up, he finds himself surrounded by civilians who hail him as a hero. They believe that he came to save them from the solar lance. Draven knows the truth, however, and feels guilty for what happened. He tried to stop the solar lance, but he failed. He also realizes that he has been branded a traitor by the Legion, and that they will come for him next. As the video ends, Draven looks up at the sky, determined to make things right. He may have been branded a traitor by the Legion, but to the civilians, he is a hero. Draven's story resonates with Gen Z because it's a story of identity when systems demand conformity. He is constantly battling to remain true to himself, even when he is branded a monster by society. Draven's exile from both the Legion and Nexera at the end of the video symbolizes the reality of being misunderstood, mislabeled, or cast out. Ultimately, the story is one of hope. Despite all the scars the world has given him, Draven knows he is more than his pain. Even if they make him unrecognizable, he is more than the Gravemind heart, more than the Gravemites, and more than the monster the world thinks he is. Not Kaiju, no. 8 is a story about finding yourself in the chaos of the world around you. It's about finding hope when everything seems to be falling apart. It's a story that speaks to the Gen Z experience. If you liked this video, check out our other animated adventures.